always doing that. Nobody cares about you saying that. But he don't know that's how I get these bills paid. Yeah. My gift makes room for me. Yeah. We winding down on Wednesday. What are you watching? Yeah. I love it when I can't hear myself. Don't you love it when you can't hear yourself? That was ugly.
Hey.
It was beautiful.
Yes. Symone, you want to do the intro?
Sure.
Yeah. And 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yes.
What's up, everybody listening in the chat room? This is ROLLOUT Live with Speedy and Friends.
Shout out to Maddie.
And this is What You Watching Wednesday. Thank you, everybody. And thank you, beautiful ladies, for being here with us. We got a whole panel full of ladies today. Oh, my God. So we're going to hold it down until the big boss gets here. So let's start with introducing everyone. So we can start here on my left.
Oh, I'm Uriel.
And what do you do?
I'm a hairstylist. I'm originally from New York.
Nice.
Wait. What part of New York? Can't just say New York.
Right.
That's like saying Africa.
And you know what? My Harlem card would definitely get revoked because we supposed to say straight Harlem.
Harlem.
Yeah.
It's better than every part of New York. Right? Yeah, originally from Harlem, but I'm living here now. So
Shout out to Harlem, man.
Hey. Harlem World, double up.
Great to have you in the building.
thank you.
And Miss A. Dot.
What's up? It's your girl A. Dot, aka Elote Mama.
Hey, we got some stuff in the works for y'all with the birthday mama, so y'all gonna be excited about
I
this.
love that.
Yes.
I just learned this about you. I love that.
That's our alter ego right there.
Good.
And then to my right.
I'm Ashlie. I'm a stunt woman.
That's one of the 5 black stunt women in the world.
I'm more than 6.
So you be pulling stunts.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So I have tons of questions.
Nice.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, this is awesome.
And
Who am I?
The beautiful voice.
You want to sing it? Go ahead, sing it.
I will not sing it at the moment. So my name is Maya Siobhan. I hail from Washington, D.C.
Washington,
Of course, Simone, because we
Yes,
lovely.
yes,
I love
yes.
that.
Vibing.
I love it. This is an East Coast thing.
Yes.
I'm a singer, songwriter. I'm a mom, vocal arranger. I wardrobe. I do everything that the Lord gives me to do. But my claim to fame is I'm a singer, and I think I'm pretty good at it.
I have a question.
Yes.
Now, your son is here. I was going to ask him this, but I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Do you ever sing while you're whooping him? Is that ever happen?
You know what it is, though? I don't get You know what I
You
do?
can sing good, so I just want to
I
know.
do the hum, the
Like an old slave hymn?
Yeah,
That's the word.
That gives you the. You need that frequency to like get all. Yes, like in the next time. We're past the whipping stage now. I just throw random. We don't whoop anymore.
Nah, that's what I meant when you were a kid.
We
'cause
throw.
he's
I throw
he's a man
random
now.
things that are
Like
medium
spatulas
soft.
and
Yeah, like the top of the box. Like you know what I'm saying? Little things to. Yeah, but no, I don't.
I just wanted to know if
No
you
way.
ever sang while you was...
Yeah, that's probably why he's like, Mom, stop.
My mom used to talk to me while she was whooping me, which I thought was so torturing.
Like,
But it's the regular.
And she would talk with the hits. I'm like, yo,
Because wait a minute though,
break
like
your
not
shit up.
doing that is slightly psychopathic because it's
Right.
quiet. All you need is
silent.
do. You need a soundtrack.
Nah.
Yes, because sometimes all you
background.
hear is, yeah.
The next time to do that in silence would be a little scary.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, you can't.
You
have
need
the
some sort of
silence
noise.
Never even thought about that.
during-
Other than the thump.
Whoa.
Like, mommy, say something.
Like, oh my God. It's like, you
Say
be having
something.
dreams about it. Whoa.
Get it out now, please.
Oh my goodness.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
They used to torture me.
I think it tortured us all.
I didn't have a. Did anybody have an excuse out of a butt whooping? Like my
Several.
my older brother had asthma, so anytime he would get hit,
Yeah.
he would just automatically have an asthma attack. He was just like, my asthma. My
Yeah.
asthma.
Isaiah, what's some of your excuses?
Yeah.
But how long did that last?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, his whole life. And the worst part about it was he would always go first. He's the oldest.
Yeah.
So he had to get the first whooping.
Yeah.
And she would have all this energy because she stopped after 2 hits. You know what I'm saying? And then I got to go in there, and I ain't got nothing. So I'm healthy as a bird, nigga. And she just in there, didn't I tell your ass? I'm like, God.
No, but my son would be like, Mom, can we talk about this first? He was really clever young. And I'm like,
Yeah, it is. That's a very healthy.
it's like, okay, well, listen, can we just talk about it? Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
It's hard to whoop a kid when they say that.
Because
but he was young too. I'm
like,
like, you 4 or 5 years old, and you're like, Mom, can we just talk about it?
but did you fall for that though? Did you?
Because the first time he said it, it stuck me like,
Yeah.
And how
no.
I got my belt all tied up around my head.
you ready? You
And I'm like, I kind of want to talk about it, but the fact that you 5 and you asked me, I'm like, later. Like, get over there.
What should I do? It's like hilarious.
It's funny.
My sister would have said something like that.
Man.
But Mr. Engineer, can you introduce yourself?
Oh, yeah,
please?
absolutely.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
The Great Oz.
I know, right?
See, and not see, but
Behind the curtain.
Don't hype him up.
Shalom to the people.
yeah, shalom.
Shalom.
Thank you so much. And this is Symone Fairchiled,
AKA.
Dropkick Symone,
Dropkick.
Love
AKA
it.
Boss Biatch.
Get it.
Yes. Yes.
AKA
yes.
BSB.
BSB.
B.
Hell
Oh,
yeah,
that's
with
the
the
building.
Coca-Cola. With the Coca-Cola.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I got another
BSB.
drink today. What's your drink that you made last time?
Rum chata.
Did you come up with a name for it yet?
Ooh, I seen that at the
I'm gonna bring
food
it on
for
Friday. I'm bringing it on Friday. I'll come up with it on a
Yeah,
Friday.
you gotta get
gotta
it.
banana.
It was a mix.
Y'all
Bring
got
it on
good
Friday.
energy because y'all got to be going. Not like I legit seen it at the food for less before.
What, rum chata?
Yeah, it's like at the.
It's good. It tastes good.
You know the little cheap alcohol. And it's like
Yeah.
rum
No,
chata
rum
during the
chata.
holidays and stuff. It's a
Yeah, it was like eggnog-ish.
So I
type
mix
stuff.
it with
Right.
BSB.
It's
Yeah.
good.
now that's the okay. I'm gonna need you to do that.
We go mix
It's
it
still
up.
early in the
Yeah.
day for y'all. We talking about getting drunk.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's not drunk. It's nice.
We already started.
I didn't say you can't get drunk. I said talking about it. You know that makes it sound bad.
Well, you have to
Talk about it,
prepare.
be about it. You gotta be about
If
it.
you plan to fail, you fail to plan. You fail to plan the
What?
thing.
Yeah.
This is the fail.
What's in your water?
Plan to fail. You fail to
If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
There you go.
And we don't want to fail because I
Professional.
want to fail.
Yeah.
Right. So we plan to have BSB today.
There you go.
go.
Give me a cup.
So-
Oh no, I'm
All right,
Oh yeah, we gotta get you.
Um,
Yes.
So I guess I know most of you guys at the table other than Ariel right here.
It's
Uriel.
Uriel.
Oh,
Shake.
Ariel.
You know what's so funny? That's why I can't remember. She was the first. If you went last, it would have. But that's what I look. And look, you laughing. But when she said her name, I said,
That's what we all
"That's
thought.
how I'm gonna remember it."
Yeah.
Ariel.
But that is how I tell people.
It's smarter,
It's like the Little Mermaid, but just
see.
with a U.
Right.
As soon as you said it, I said, "Okay, Little Mermaid," and I just went straight Ariel. My fault.
That's like my favorite movie in the world.
Also known as Urkel.
Oh my
Huh?
god.
No way.
I love that. I swear
Wait,
to
wait,
God.
what?
So
You have to explain that.
I met actually Uriel and A-Dot on set
Okay.
doing wardrobe, and our director, every time it was quiet please, he blamed, it's always our fault. I'm wardrobe,
always
she's
us,
here.
yeah.
He was like, Urkel, be quiet. And she would be like outside, like she's not the corporate, she's very quiet.
I'm
Yeah.
literally
So
not saying anything.
randomly, he kept doing it. So our last day on set, he's like, Urkel, be quiet. And we were like, so that's the joke. So I randomly just
Like,
I ain't gonna call you Urkel, all right?
Yeah, no.
I got you.
yeah.
nowhere near it.
I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
Urkel.
Poor thing.
Poor
But he was dead ass too, like, Urkel, be quiet. Ready.
That means everybody be quiet. But just like,
Basically, hair, wardrobe, makeup, be quiet. We're called Urkel. Team Urkel.
you're the
it
fall
was
guy. You're the
never-
fall guy.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Good to know.
Where that came from, but I'm
was
like,
funny.
okay. Yeah.
Like, no, she's the quietest. Like,
I know.
like we all were, but yeah, you're, yeah.
She
no,
was
no.
definitely quiet.
Hilarious.
So, can you guys talk about what you guys were on set for? Did you guys?
Yeah.
Can you talk about it?
Well,
Yeah.
go ahead. You
It
can.
was a film called Squad.
Okay.
So it stars April Jones, Kareem Grimes,
Okay.
Asmarie. Yeah.
Livingston.
Oh, what's the last
Yeah,
name?
Asmarie Livingston.
I just know her about Top Notch.
Ryan Lawrence.
What's it about?
It's it's a what do we call it?
Kind of like a set it off.
It's like I was trying to think of the name of it, but it's like a depiction. It's a derivative of Set It Off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nice.
The storyline
Do they
is
live
very
at the end?
soon. Say again.
They live at the end.
Some
or
of
they
them
die?
do.
You know, you gotta watch it.
You can't give that type of
Come on, they
answer.
gotta
Yeah,
live.
no.
I'm tired of saying
Three
they gotta
lives.
live.
And you'll see Maya as an extra.
Listen,
How did they get you on camera?
because when
In
you
the bank
do
scene,
certain
in the
films,
bank
you just
scene.
end
You
up
were too, though.
playing a couple roles.
I wasn't quite into you. Her face.
Listen, it was her face.
Her face.
I just became you're gonna see me on the floor.
You gonna see her. Yeah.
You're gonna see a full moon, honey. All this gonna be like
Is this your acting debut right here?
No, I've been in a couple of other things.
Okay.
But
she tried to hide.
I ducked for cover.
I'm excited.
I
to
was
see
in
this.
worship at the bank. Like,
I'm excited to see it.
yeah, it's a good.
It's gonna be good.
It's
Yeah.
a goodie.
Very
Yeah.
good.
When is
Should be
it
fun.
released, you think?
It shouldn't be too far off because they had edited most of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
So we're just
Something
waiting
in
for the
summer?
last final. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
wow.
Yeah,
Thinking
that's what
some, I
I'm
don't-
thinking. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The streaming service.
But Barry,
Yeah, I wish Barry was-
the director, he was supposed to come today, but he'll come before.
Oh, okay.
And he could kind of
Yeah.
explain it. I don't want to I'm good at making up.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, okay.
he's like,
Okay.
yeah, it's gonna be out soon,
Yeah.
coming.
And Ada is the PTA secretary.
Yep. You I was gonna say yep.
She did my hair. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, she laid. Oh, yes.
Wait, did she straighten? Is that?
Yes.
Oh,
She really
yeah.
like this one could do some hair. Like seriously.
yeah.
Yes.
You should
For
hear her
real.
talk about
Yes.
how she's like, I'm not straightening
I'm
my
like,
hair anymore.
oh my
It takes too
God.
much. So, well, yeah, but you did a good job.
She did that.
So good.
Yeah.
Why you just didn't put a wig on her? Because she Mexican.
Oh God.
Y'all, that's racist. That's racist. If she was black, you would have just put a little top piece on her.
No,
You would have blow dried that
Here's
shit.
it.
You want.
No.
How do you know?
You would have put that little glue right there. You would have cut the edge
glue?
off.
The got to be glued.
You
Talk about lace front.
Yeah, you would
It's like, you're gonna do this
Oh,
right here, and put this
that's
right here, and do
right.
this right here.
I'm looking out for A-Dot. Don't let them press your shit no more.
None of the girls had a wig.
They was black, they would have just wigged it.
She did it in
But
like.
she looked beautiful.
Yes, she did.
That's not what I'm saying.
The whole cast was black and none of them had wigs.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what?
They did, yeah.
Nice.
April's hair too.
Except for the stunt girl.
Yeah, I was
say
thinking, yeah, don't say
maybe
it, 'cause
two
we
of
gonna
them,
watch
but
the
they
movie.
had their own wigs and
Yeah.
not just out.
Yeah.
Just the stunt girls are only but even that you use.
Yeah,
her
I just
was
Yeah,
short.
that was it.
I
Yeah.
just wrapped the ponytail, but there was two girls that I think had worn, but they were their own wigs. And
Right.
They
See, A-Dot,
decided.
next time, cornroll your shit.
Listen.
Throw your hair hat on, nigga, you out of there.
Hair hat.
Yeah.
Hair hat.
10
That's
minutes.
not a wig. It's a hair hat.
Listen, Nick is here. I love
think
it.
A wig is old school, right?
No.
What you said?
Calm down, calm down.
I mean, they got
Listen.
falls and all.
Yeah.
I can't keep up. I just come here.
I think the wig just sounds old.
I
'cause
said
it's
yeah.
wig.
I wish it
So
was
we
a
say
new
lace front.
There you go. Just call it something else.
Why is it a
Front.
lace front? That,
Because the front of it is lace.
Come on, say it again. Because the front. That's all she said all day.
Listen, man.
And see, back in the day, like they couldn't afford that. That was for like Hollywood.
around for a different style.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't. So now we've come up as a people.
I know. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I was like, what is she doing? Oh.
Yeah.
What's love got to do with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, my grandmother had wigs growing up. She used to have them sitting on a little head. On
Yeah,
Yeah.
them things are very
That shit
scary.
was scary as hell.
As
but-
hell. Even as an adult, I turn mine around. I'm like, don't be looking at me
You got a little styrofoam head just sitting there like
like this.
Yeah,
Ooh.
don't
Yeah,
be
and I have
looking
a
at me.
stand that stands like a little higher than this that I'll come in the living room and like, oh, Gus, get
it's like a
Listen.
little child standing there in the corner.
And then they got the ones with the makeup and the skin. Like,
oh,
yeah.
no,
no,
baby.
no.
Just put it
No,
on,
no,
tack
no.
that thing on the wall like a hat.
There you go. There you go.
I-
Or put it on
That's a wig
put it
hat.
on a hanger and hang it in your. And that's what I do. I put it
Simone,
on a
thank
wire
you.
hanger and just hang it in the
No wire.
There's a good
good
yes,
for
something.
something.
Good for something.
Hold on.
That and then if you
Yes.
put, like if you have a dress, the zipper.
Y'all,
stick the
you ever
wire
bring a
hanger
girl
in the zipper
by and the hair
pull it up.
hanging?
Yep,
That's how you
I've done
do
that. In case you don't
I
have a
have
man
one.
around. Yeah.
So I looked at a site. It was something on YouTube years ago.
You know how scared I'd be if I was
It
walking
talked
somewhere.
about being single and the hacks that we need to put dresses on, and that's how I learned how to do the zipper
Yep.
with the
wire
end of the
hanger.
thing.
It sure does work.
That's
Yeah.
the only reason why I had the
wow.
wire hanger.
I only have one for that reason.
And for my sink, to unclog my sink.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
That's my daddy
air
and
in the
me. He'd be
sink.
like, it's like specially bone just to get the hair out or
Yeah.
something.
That
All right,
same
then.
one you use for your zipper, if you
No.
have like a
Oh.
hoodie with the strings and the string
Oh, you
gets
go
stuck,
around it.
and you stick it in there to pull the
Yeah.
string out.
I tried that. I don't have the patience.
These are called mom methods.
I'm like, forget
Mom
it.
hacks. Mom
Yeah.
hacks.
hacks.
Yes.
This segment is brought to you by
It's like
moms
just
of the
rolling
world.
motherfuckers. I can't even tie it. And life
mom
hacks.
hacks.
is- Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so speaking of X, I wanted to ask that we have a guest in the house. It's Ashlie.
Yeah.
Can I say your last
Hey.
name? I don't want to put your government out there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ashlie Tave in the house.
You
Hey.
remembered.
Oh, man. So you are one of the only 5 stunt women in the world.
Oh, Lord.
Black stunt
You're
women.
gonna give me a trouble for that.
Have you worked at any films recently?
I have. We just finished Bel Air. I was
nice.
Lisa's
Cool.
stunt double. So all the water stuff you see, that's me.
Okay.
Swimming?
The swimming.
The
stuff.
diving into Save Will. Yes, Nick, I swim.
So you have to do everything, right?
Oh,
Right.
girl. Yes, you're supposed to.
Yeah.
And they'll tell
you
you.
do a lot of training. I have 2 of my friends are really, really short. So they play children a lot. So they do stunts. And they were,
Tanika one
That's
of
right.
them?
yes,
I
Tanika
love
Lopez
Tanika.
and
Love her.
Sharonda.
Sharonda. Okay,
Yeah,
I
they
just met
swim.
Sharonda. Yeah.
So they have to
okay.
do all these different techniques. So I'm sure you. Yeah. Wow.
So how did you get into being a stunt woman?
Yeah.
Well, one of my best friends, her dad is a tactical advisor. He did Castle, Scandal, a lot of Shonda Rhimes shows, and he basically,
excellent.
he was in the military for 22 years, and I was working for him one day, and he's like, "Hey, Ash, you want to get shot?" I was like, "Sure, okay." So they put a squib on me. It's a little blood pack with an explosive in it, sewed in my clothes, and there's a detonator, and popped it and it
Those
exploded
things
and I
are so
died.
scary too. When you hear, it
Yes.
really is like
It sounds like
It really is scary,
traumatizing.
yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah, it
you know,
is.
So,
you be like,
But that's kind of how I got into it. There's also not a lot of us that
Right.
look like
Yeah.
me that
and
are
that's how
stunt
they
women.
started working because of that very same
Yes.
reason. It's not a lot of black. The girls that came
Yeah, there
Oh,
were
yeah,
two
to
of
do
them.
the thing,
girls,
we were
yeah.
having that same conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That it's
so
not a lot. Yeah.
my specialty is firearms and motorcycles, and
Ooh.
there's
Oh,
definitely not a lot of
nice.
us who ride. So
So I have a question.
nice.
So do you use that in like real life?
what
The firearms thing.
Really?
That's awesome.
Yeah, go shooting. We anytime we go dirt biking, we'll take the guns out and go shoot at
Nice.
stuff, and not people.
What stuff do you shoot at?
There was an abandoned van somewhere we went, so we were
That's
target
good as a
practicing,
stress
trying to
reliever.
blow out the. Oh yeah,
wanna
blow out the
shoot
tires, the
something.
windows.
It's fun.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I haven't done it since I moved here, and it's been a while.
It's
So
fun. We'll have to do a girls' shooting day.
I'm
That would be
down.
fun.
Yes,
Oh
and
my
Nick,
God, yes.
Nick, we have to shoot it. We have to shoot it. Nick.
That would be
Shooting
hard.
a
Okay,
girl
we're gonna
shooting
do a
it.
girls'
Girl
day
shooting
shootout.
it.
We're gonna go to
Shooting-
shoot shit up.
Shooting range, shoot it out.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. I have a
Shoot out.
question.
Yes.
That would be fun.
I've been doing martial arts since I was 3.5.
Okay.
Would you say that?
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to. I'm trying to
Anything you want to do, you can do.
would you say that I have a set of skills that would make me, I guess, more able to do stunts? Or okay, because
I don't do martial arts.
okay,
So, for the show Lucifer, I don't know if you guys
Oh,
ever
I
seen
love that
Yes, I
show.
know.
Yeah.
So I'm Maze's motorcycle double.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Anytime she's on a
wow.
bike, that's me. But her fight double is Anisha Gibbs.
Okay.
You and Anisha look exactly alike.
Wow, look
So
at that.
you would do all her fight stuff. I would do her motorcycle stuff.
Oh, okay.
There you
So
go.
there are plenty of other actresses who will have different things
Mm-hmm.
that some of us stunt women either choose not to do. I don't want to hurt my body anymore. I'm too old for that.
yeah.
So, and I don't study martial arts. I stick to my specialties, and you would stick to yours. So then there's a bunch of, opportunity for a bunch of us to do it.
Yeah.
Would you ever consider like being an actress in your own right and then also doing your own stunts?
Don't give me dialogue. I sound like a dinosaur.
You're stupid. You know what? Honestly, I'm the same way. Like I'm better at improv, but when I've had scripts in front of me, I'm like, Hi, how are you?
So robotic, yeah.
I mean, it's hard for me. I did one acting role, and that was for Lucifer, but I had no lines. I played an astronaut, and I had what was it? My character's name was Judy Mason. It was one with Sharon Osbourne on it.
Okay.
And I
that was
killed
a good
somebody.
episode.
Or I got killed, but I didn't have to say a word. All I had to do was walk in, eat an apple, and get stabbed. So perfect. Let's go.
Wonderful.
Next.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, okay.
I ain't
That
gonna
could
say
do
nothing.
that.
Yeah. So otherwise, if you're doing stunts, you're so focused on your safety and what your action is.
And it's
you
a
don't
lot
have time.
of work.
You
Yeah,
don't have time
it
to
is
think
a
about
lot.
lines.
It's a lot of work, man. Like, that's not...
My respect to actresses, because I can't. Nope.
Yeah.
Give me the badass shit and let me go home. That's it.
I know a
wow.
lot of guys who are stunt folks, and earlier on when I got out here, I knew them because I knew them from martial arts.
Right.
And so I asked them, I'm like, okay, so I came out here to act, but given my background, should I get into stunts? And they said, no, you don't want to get into stunts because you don't want to break a nose or break a collarbone or get yourself all, effed up.
Well,
if you
here's
wanna
the
be
thing. As
on
stunt
camera.
performers, we're trained to make it look like we got hurt, but we don't get hurt.
Right.
So if you're doing it correctly, you won't get hurt. You can be a stunt actress, do all your own action, and do all your own lines. There are people who do that.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Angelina
been
Jolie
hurt?
does hers.
Not on set. No, you know what? I take that back.
Okay.
I mean, I broke my finger dirt biking, but that was just for fun. But
Okay.
I was doubling Gina Yashere, who I freaking love, on Bob Hart's Abishola. And I had to fly over a fire escape and fall to the ground. I'm on a wire harness, so I'm fine. But something with the timing and the guy pulling my harness and me flipping over popped a vessel in my thigh, and I had a bruise.
There's a
that
vessel?
Oh my God.
That's your femoral artery, girl, right there.
I got so much meat and stuff. I thought it was just gristle.
No, that's one of your main arteries.
It's there.
Yeah, there's a bunch
And
of
the inside.
there's
yeah.
one on the inside. So I had a bruise that took up the whole inner thigh.
Wow.
But when I flipped over, he didn't catch me in time, so I was using my whole body weight and actually flipped over the rail, and there was a window next to me, and my leg hit the window, kicked out the window, so I had cuts and bruising on my leg. But that's it. Everything
That's
else,
enough.
but that's the only injury I've had. Thank
Wow.
God. I mean, there have been women who died. Rest in peace, Joy. Like she was on Deadpool and went through a plate glass window on a motorcycle with no helmet. So ever since then, Canada is like,
Please
no,
don't
you
scare
have to wear a
Simone.
helmet.
She's like, I'm over this now. Her face was like,
But from what I understand, I never met her. My mentor was really good friends with her, but she's a racer. I also do racing, so now I know the difference between racing and street. I'm assuming she was just racing. She didn't know the street aspect. I don't know.
Right.
But you have to be so trained in what you're doing that you feel comfortable that if you had somebody on the back of your bike, you could save their life and yours.
like swimming.
Right.
Being able to,
I mean, when I shot Bel Air, there was an instance where the guy who was a stunt double, he had just learned to swim a few months prior. And we're in a 13-foot tank and having to swim to the bottom. And I got to pull you up because the character can't swim.
Right.
So if that's all me pulling you up 13 feet underwater, you better know what you're doing. Because that's my life too.
For sure.
So, I mean, there were some things.
Is there like a pay bump for that?
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Please. I'm going to need to know that first. Like, okay, I could do it.
But I mean, no amount of money is worth risking
your
your
life,
life,
for sure.
especially if you're mom. Like I have a 15-year-old son.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to go home to him at the end of the
Absolutely.
day.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Maybe stunts are not for me.
Martial arts is fine.
Yeah.
You're good because it's all choreographed.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute. The wind got knocked out of you. I'm like, I martial arts. And she's like,
See, motorcycles and water, that's a totally different beast.
but I think
like,
it's how you do it. Like, you don't have to, you could just, knowing this knowledge now, you could say,
but you can
I'll do
do
this, not
martial
that. Right,
arts.
yeah.
So like if the camera is here and I'm going to hit you, I'm going to go here and don't turn that way.
I know, you know, she like ate it. Like,
No, wait, that was my, but you would want to go with the punch. So you'd follow my fist and turn your face that way.
Okay.
But but you see how far my fist is from your face?
Okay.
The camera is, it's going to look like you just think like that.
yeah.
But
So I have a question.
yes.
Wow.
Could I take some lessons from you? Do you do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you want to learn?
Because I
My
need
God.
to. Because with my management company, we're doing like a management wide like shoot day,
Okay.
and they're doing a action scene, and I want to I wanna kind of get into the motion
action,
and
yeah.
get into the action before I'm on set. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
of
okay,
course.
fall, and I'm
Good.
like,
Yeah, there's
Like-
a certain way to fall so you don't hurt yourself. Yeah,
Right.
That's actually in life too. There's a certain way to fall without
Yes,
hurting
there
yourself.
is.
yes,
Yeah,
or else you- I
there
was-
is.
Sorry.
No, you're
My
fine.
son and I were talking about. We talk about a lot of stuff, but in the car we were talking about metaphors, and I said there's a lot of things in life that are metaphoric, right? So in conversation, it was I don't necessarily trust men that don't know where they're going. Because I was like, where are we going?
Oh,
Because he was going to get a haircut. He was like, Mom. I said, well, I don't trust a man that don't know where he's going
that part.
because you're leading.
Right,
He's like,
exactly.
Mom, why you always gotta be so deep?
Well, that's
But
something
it's
you
true.
should think about.
He
And
over there
that's
shaking his
what-
head.
He's over there shaking his head.
It just came in my head when you said you have to know how to fall. Hey,
Right.
did you feel it?
Yes.
Because there's a way to fall.
Yes,
Yes.
there is.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm out. That hit me.
Yeah.
And I have no B2B. This is all H2O.
No,
So yeah, there's a way to fall. So yeah.
Right.
Yes, there is.
Yes, so
that
I'll
works.
be texting you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Oh, that
Yes.
works.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really,
I like that. I like
really
that.
quick, I'm glad y'all bonding right there.
Yes.
Power to the ladies.
Yay.
Speaking of that, we have another special guest in the house, a fan favorite, of course. Say hi to the people.
Yay.
What up, people?
Hey, Aaron.
I know what that is, man. No, she ain't gonna say but 2 words, nigga. So y'all just take it how it comes.
It's all right.
I know. Come on,
You eat
Sky.
2 words at a time. Sky's in the building. So
Sky.
we got a stunt person, we got a singer, a rapper,
Wow.
we got
all
a
entertainment.
karate master,
Wow.
hairstylist,
We got all
Miss-
listen.
Miss Producer.
producer, writer,
Yes.
director.
There it is.
Yes, we are a panel.
Mixologist.
When are we
Yeah.
gonna do like a
Up in
whole
here.
female like superhero? movie?
I
Hey,
literally
I got one in the books.
We were just talking about it
Listen,
before we went on air.
if you got a character, I know you said you can't act,
I
but
don't
I
wanna
believe
act.
in you.
I could be her stunt double.
listen.
That would be
Oh,
so funny
that would be
if I
funny.
travel
Oh my
with my
God.
own stunt double.
That would even be
dope.
more
That's
funny.
dope.
Like one of the people I double, she's had the same double for the last I don't want to age her, 15 some years, and her double retired. So now I'm her double. So
Look at
anything
that.
she does, I would follow her around.
But you could be the stunt double hero.
That's what I'm, listen.
Oh,
I could be
funny.
the mute.
But like that's your.
That's a great character. That's a
Oh
great
my God,
character.
yeah.
I just
Yeah.
show up,
Powerful.
take out all the bad guys, and walk away.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Like,
and
I'm standing there like this.
getting it.
Yes, there you go. See,
I like that. I
I'll
like
be
that.
like mini me. You know how he
Yeah.
doesn't say anything? He
Yes.
just handles all the
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
He goes away. There you go.
I love it.
I will definitely do
I'm
that.
here for it.
Hilarious.
And she
I like
could
that.
sing like as the voiceover,
Yes.
so I don't have to talk.
Like, yeah, but my
Oh
voice
my
is
God,
like a
that would be
superpower.
funny.
yes.
Yeah.
Aw.
That is your
Storm.
superpower.
Okay, we gotta stop. We can't tell all people. All right,
Oh yeah, so
we gotta keep this
okay, tight lip, tight
confidential.
lip. We're gonna have a
Somebody
we
will come
gotta
out
have a
with
creative. We gotta have a creative meeting after
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah.
After the show, so make sure our
This is
schedules
gonna
are
be
open.
hilarious.
Oh,
Yes. Oh my god.
Do this.
this is awesome. Okay.
All right, so I don't know if we want to wait for my.
We got our
to talk about what
hairstylist.
we watching. We could wait on that a little bit.
How far is he?
Who knows? I'm about to
Is
order.
he
Is anybody a
celebrating?
vegan in here? I'm about to order food.
Me. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
You know,
no
nowadays
me.
you gotta
we
ask.
could-
Pescatarian.
Simone.
Me, Simone.
You said
You
in
eat
here
bread
is
and
ordered.
cheese, so you good.
Yeah, I'm with, yeah. Don't
Any
eat.
special requests? Everybody's good.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
eating.
mean,
I'm not hungry,
Oh.
but
want
thank
some
you.
Okay.
Awesome. I
you
got
can
it.
get it's
Like
light,
food? Like what's happening?
like light.
No,
mom
I'm
was
doing
telling me,
I'm doing
eat
a
before you get
3-day
somewhere.
juice.
Okay.
juice fast.
What?
So this is
Oh.
day 2.
Why don't
Yeah,
you just
well,
eat the fruit?
I will if I blend it.
No, that's what I'm asking. Why don't you just eat it? Why blend it?
Because I just want to lose my stomach a little bit faster.
So you know it'll actually work
okay.
faster if you actually eat the fruit instead of drinking.
But
Yeah,
I've been
because you
doing
do
that.
take the
So I'm trying to
fiber,
do this
the
as like a
fiber.
boost.
Yeah.
No. So
Okay.
Fiber
right.
really.
So it actually works the opposite way. If you
and then
juice it,
and then rest.
it'll
Really-
make you maintain
it's
the
a
weight
stress
longer
area.
because it's
Yeah,
sugar.
So,
Yeah.
But I'm not eating
Yeah,
anything.
really
no
what it
food,
is.
It doesn't
no
matter.
nothing.
If you eat the actual
I
fruit,
might
the
do
fiber
that.
in there help break down the
I
fat.
do
in
eat
your
the
body.
fruit,
Yeah.
but for this next
Yeah.
3 days, I'm drinking.
Look.
I'm
Did y'all
going-
hear that Harlem come out?
Break it up.
So is it
Yes.
just is it just fruit that
It's-
you're
no,
for,
it's
or
just
is it vegetables as well? that you're-
Vegetables as well.
Okay.
I had like broth last night from soup, so I'm not like just only drinking water.
Right.
But
Right, yeah.
I'm just
It's more
doing
liquid. And it, yeah.
Man, I remember when I
Okay.
used to do those. You talk about cognitive clarity. I had so much energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would get up and I'd be like, let's go, and happy and focused.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna have to get back. I'm gonna have
I
to
know.
dig my juicer out of
I
the.
feel good.
I like
juice,
yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
And even just mentally, I feel
You
like
like-
wow, like I'm really
I need to
sticking
chew
with
something.
it.
Yeah.
So
Well, I did
tried it
something
2
the other
days.
day.
It's
I was
hard.
quiet
Yeah,
for a
hard.
whole
It's hard.
day. I said 2 words.
To your son?
Yeah.
Why? Because you were so angry. Because you
But no, I was on vocal rest, but it was more. It was vocal rest, but it was like rest, just in general, and literally 24 hours. So it was like Saturday all day until like Sunday before my sound check, because I had like this really big show to do. But it felt really good. You know what I mean? Like I actually, because I always say to him, like, when your quiet is noisy, you need to be quiet more, because a lot of us are quiet. But it was something that happened that Sunday. I was like driving. I had no radio on, nothing, because I usually play like music. I could hear better. Like my spirit was connected to what I was getting ready to do.
Man.
I said, you know what? I'm going to take it. Well, try not to make it a whole thing, but like once a week, just take a day. And I've afforded my life to like not have to talk. I don't really like to text too much, but even that, I was like, no, because I'm still talking in my head.
Right.
And the point is just to clear the like canvas.
Like ground zero.
That thing was so good. I
Yes.
said, hey, I need to do it. It felt really good. And when I got on stage, all the little, I call them Oompa Loompas or Stanleys in my head were like, she's not talking. So you couldn't intrude in my head.
It's like meditating.
It was
It
so
is-
good.
that's good.
It was.
That's
I said,
exactly
man,
right.
I need to go to some mountain somewhere and just sit down.
Brings you some clarity.
Yeah.
For real. So that's that. It felt like vegetables. And fruit. No, really, because it was like, because I'm feeding my body quiet.
Right. It detoxifies. It detoxifies your spirit, your brain.
Yes.
And when you detoxify your brain, you know your brain is the house for the rest of your body.
Yes.
So when you detoxify your brain, you're detoxifying everything else.
It felt so good.
So
yeah.
it's just, you feel so incredibly clear that there really aren't.
It was
words
light,
to describe.
too.
Yes, you feel so much lighter,
Yeah.
and you just feel like you're like bouncing above the ground a little bit. And
It was
man,
so
I miss that
good.
So much.
Yeah.
But you know, you brought up something that I've always wondered. Like, as a singer, there are certain things you can't eat, certain things that like you have to take rest. So, like, is it true that you can't have dairy or a certain time at all?
Anything white.
Yeah.
Like
So
dairy,
no white bread, nothing
wow.
processed.
no ranch, no cheese, no milk,
Woo,
white
boy.
bread,
Nada.
At
rice.
all, like at all.
Nothing.
like the
It
best
builds mucus.
to get the
never-
right
Yeah,
to get
that's
the
right,
best quality, and it depends on like the type of singing and the length of singing that you do.
Yeah,
That determines like how that diet has to look. Because I love cheese.
man,
Listen, if this was made of cheese, I'd be.
exactly. I can't.
But I said, okay, Maya, do you love what you do better than this cheese?
Yeah.
So you put it to a minimum. I don't drink milk anyway, because African Americans shouldn't. But because I sing a lot. I know, right? I sing a lot in different like rooms, right? So jazz is a different like where it comes from, right? And church is a different resonance. So you don't want anything clogging, really, because it clogs here.
Right.
It's not really here; it's clogging here, and it's like, so.
Yeah.
The more clear liquids, you know what I'm saying? Like that really clean, not a lot of sugar. Do as like water, not just like sparkling water. Not a lot of fried food. As raw as possible.
Yeah.
So is
Oh,
Keith
wow.
Sweat like on an all dairy diet?
Help him. Oh, I'm gonna leave that alone because he's the goat. But actually, at this point, it works for him.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay.
Some
Just
people
curious.
just don't know where to place the sound.
Okay.
Because I tell people all the time, singing is just breathing. And if you're breathing out of the wrong spot, it's
Mouth
gonna.
breathers.
You see what I'm saying? So, but yeah, your diet has a lot to do with it. But it's a whole round robin. Like what you eat, how you speak, when you sleep, drinking alcohol, kinds of alcohol. Because it was once upon a time I had no chaser when I was out drinking. So I would only do top shelf because it comes out and it doesn't have a lot of sugar. So that sugar builds up. You know what I mean?
How do like allergies come into play? Like, do you have any allergies?
Huge. I do
Yes,
not.
right.
I have
Thank
allergies
goodness.
to ignorance, to fakers and flakers,
Yes.
BS
Yes.
in a whole. No,
Yes.
but I actually don't suffer from allergies, but those who do, because I have several colleagues that do. There's a lot of like devices, like a vocal mist that I have. Shout out to them for giving me one.
Wow.
And then humidifier. That is like your savior. You have a humidifier by the bed, and then I put like essential oils in it. It helps clear as natural as possible, but obviously like Claritin and stuff like that. And then sometimes a lot of singers I know don't take certain gigs during the like wedding season because outside, because I have a couple, since we're outside now, that it's like, where is it at? Certain singers, and then certain songs you can't do. You get what I mean?
wow. Yeah,
Because
okay.
you hit certain it's like, oh God, I'm not
Don't
even
do
gonna...
total praise in April.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you have to like, but yeah, allergies definitely play a huge role
Yeah.
in that.
wow.
So you got to be careful. It's a full body piece.
Yeah. It was so I had an audition to do. It was like maybe a month and a half ago, and I had to sing for it. And I'm telling you, I was trying for like 3 hours.
Really?
And I couldn't. No matter what song I chose to try to do, it just wasn't happening. And my allergies had been messing with me for like 2 days prior. And I was so upset.
It's
Oh, wow.
we need to. I can give you some lessons, some little tips. Usually actors, because I have the vocal lessons I do is I have a couple actors who sing. What I do is whenever you have a role, let's work on what that audition is, because you don't have to like sing. It's where you place it. Honestly, like if you drop a key. Because even me, like sometimes if I'm nasal, I'll just take it down like a whole step. I'm talking music, but that way it doesn't have to come from a hard place.
Right.
Another metaphor. But you get what I'm saying, and then you don't have to work as hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's one thing the old school they do, like the Gladys Knights and Patties, like they know where to place this song.
Yeah.
You know, Shaka back in the day was that. She would be like, put the key down, because y'all know I done did a whole lot of stuff. Or have her background singers do it. But yeah, so it's literally where you place it.
Okay.
And like, if this is messing up, you just come from your chest.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
Okay. Good to know. Okay.
Oh, that's interesting.
say it with your chest.
Well, okay. Now we know. Now we know.
Right.
Singing.
So seeing that everyone kind of works in the business, who's the most interesting person you've worked with? We can go around the table.
Oh wow. When you say interesting, what do you mean?
Yeah. What is
Interesting.
Listen,
could
I was
be a
gonna leave
loaded
because this is the rollout show. So usually we go left on this show, but we're gonna keep it on the right side.
Okay.
Interesting.
Oh, I mean,
So who is your favorite person that you work with? Like surprisingly, your favorite person. You didn't think you would have a good time working with that person, but we can go around the table if anybody got one.
I'm trying to think.
We got this. Or you could tell me somebody you hate too.
I don't hate anybody.
Okay. So I have one. I had to look up his.
I'm gonna say Speedy.
This guy said Speedy.
But I'm dead serious.
Oh,
Because
wow.
I seen Speedy on a Jamie Foxx special back in 2000, and he was like cracking on the audience, and I didn't like his demeanor in the special. I was like, this nigga think he Jamie Foxx or something, like basically. And then I started working with Speedy in 2015.
Okay.
And he was the nicest person at the whole studio. Like everybody else had like bitchy attitudes. They thought they was somebody, but I was opening the door for people. So when I opened the door, he was like, "Oh, hey, little beanhead, what's your name?" Like he was cool. But then after that, like his shows always light up the room, and I've always had the best time with him. So I'm gonna say Speedy.
Nice.
You know, I second that. Like
Okay.
Speedy's been in the industry for a minute, and he's just a sweet person.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And there's not many sweet, nice
People
men
Yeah.
in this industry.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
I would say as a kid, I've been singing since I was like professionally since I was like 13, I would say. When I met Vicki Winans for the first time.
Wow.
And I heard her before I saw her. We were backstage at the Stellars. It was like, I didn't know where I was. I just was with my best friend and we were like working on our parts. And this woman was motherfucker damn shit, da da da. And I'm thinking, who is this lady? This lady hit the corner and I was like literally my face fell off. And at that moment I was like, that's not who that is. And when I didn't know it was her until she walked in the room that said Vicki Winans. I was like, that is terrible. And I actually didn't want to approach her because we were like all trying to figure out where she wanted us to be vocally, blah, blah, blah. But the fact that she was so like very distraught and just aggressive, knowing what I know now, she had drinking, she had a lot of issues
Going on.
and that just tore me up. I said no. The other person was Roberta Flack, who I had an opportunity back in DC.
Nice.
Yeah, she's like, she actually is one of my mentors, piano teachers. He went to Howard University, HU, and he was like, oh, my piano teacher's coming to the session. I was like, okay, whatever. And that lady walked in. I was like, that's Roberta Flack. You didn't tell me your piano teacher was, and she was the sweetest old lady that I had ever met. And she's like, let me tell you how to, basically the way that her music comes across is exactly her. You know how it's sweet?
It's so
It's in
sweet,
a pocket.
Yeah.
It's very queen, you know? So she's like, baby, let me tell you when you sing this song. And I'm sitting there. I was 19, 20, something like that. That was like, so now when I see her now, I'm like, oh.
Oh, you gave me goosebumps.
I know. So that would be my 2 if I, yeah.
I have 2 as well. I would have to say Azealia Banks.
Oh.
She's definitely what you see is what you get.
Okay.
I'm just keep it there. But she was nice, and I actually have her dog to this day. He's my dog now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she gave him to me, and I love him to death. So I'll love her forever for that because that's my baby. And then Priyanka Chopra also.
Ooh,
Wow.
She's really. A lot of people told me had bad stories about her, but I've done her hair like maybe 3 times. I've been to her house. She's really nice. Like I had no issues with her. So yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. I went in expecting like, okay, what is this gonna
What
be?
is she gonna be like?
Right.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, you never know. It's like,
But she was really, really nice. Every time I've gone to do her hair, I've never had any issues. So yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Well, see, you got the crown, so they can't. You can like,
She knows.
Yeah.
She knows how
They
to
better
do
be
that
nice to
hair.
you. Yeah, ball patches.
I know, right?
I know. Do that hair.
I actually cut off a few
Have a
too
little
many
extra
inches.
wig.
Like, what happened? But you cut me out, so I
Right.
took my.
listen, them bangs is mine.
Yeah, see that?
That's funny.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I've worked with a lot of really cool people. I'm kind of stuck between Octavia Spencer and Will Smith, though.
Oh.
Dun, 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 that's very bad.
I mean, Octavia, because I look up to her as, even a black stunt woman. Just seeing her in Hidden Figures and the
Help.
Madam C.J. Walker movie.
Oh,
The
Yeah,
Help.
so good.
Eat my shit. Like that right there.
Yeah, she was wonderful.
Right. But she was such a sweetheart. I actually doubled her on a Christmas movie coming out. I was ice skating, so there's not many. I think there's 3 of us who can ice skate. But I got to tackle Ryan Reynolds, and I was like, ooh.
Oh, wow.
Did you touch
She said I
Idris
gotta
yet?
tackle-
That's what I mean.
And here's the thing.
I was finna
You
touch
done
your
a project
hand.
with Idris.
I have
Yeah.
see. I have. Okay, we just shot Sonic 2. That came out.
okay.
I did not know he was going to be one of the voices.
Yes, he's like,
But I
Knuckles
did
or
stunts in
something.
that movie. Yeah. But then
Moment of silence.
Will Smith.
Man.
I mean, one of the. I'll talk about it on this show. Screw
Do it, Bo. Do it.
I was one of the stunt coordinators on King Richard.
Okay.
And have you guys seen the movie already?
Yes.
Okay, so the scene where he's getting jumped on the tennis courts,
Terrible, yeah.
there's the guy with a gun to his head. We've all heard about Rust, and being from a tactical background, I was so anal about that scene because you have a real gun, not loaded, to Will Smith's head. And I went up to the actor and, asked my other coordinator, hey, is it okay? I was like, hey, when you have it, because originally it wasn't right on his head. It was, we were about this far back. The director moved it up. But I was like, hey, if you're going to point a gun at somebody, don't point it right at them. The camera can't see what you're looking at. Point it a little to the side. And he's like, man, go away. Shoot me off. And I saw Will Smith laying on the ground with it and looked at him so sideways. And I was like, okay, it's Will Smith. I don't want to, I'm just going to stand back
Let
here.
me move.
Whatever he said to this actor put him in his place, because the next take, the guy came up and he was like, hey, yo, so how do I hold this? How do I do that?
Now
It's
you
like,
gonna
oh,
listen.
you just got your ass chewed by Will Smith.
Yeah,
He probably got
basically.
slapped in
He
the
probably
back.
He should have, right?
He was revving up for the Oscar.
Yeah, he's like, 1, 2, 3, slap.
Practice my fall through real quick.
Down.
So
It was nice seeing the main guy, his executive producing and the star, step out of his character to protect a woman that is like this small on this show, and especially in that scenario. So
I have a question. This is obviously going to be side to
Go ahead.
the left.
Yeah.
But as a kid, my favorite little person on TV was Bruce Lee, right?
okay.
So I was excited when his son came out. He did The Crow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brandon.
Yeah, so
Damn, that man was
does that happen often, or is that something that's talked about, like those kind of
There
incidents
is actually
happen
a
on
show on, want to say it's Amazon, called Cursed Films.
Yes.
And one of them is on The Crow.
Yeah. I think the other one is
It was the Poltergeist,
I think they're going to
Exorcist.
remake that film too.
They were talking about it.
The Crow,
So with Brandon Lee, what actually happened is there was a piece of a blank still left in there. And I don't want to like say exactly because I just watched this, but whatever was lodged in there, they had checked it, everything was good, but whatever was lodged in there is what pierced his chest. But there was a blank, so he was too close. That doesn't happen often if it's done right. The Rookie, The Rookie is one show who will only use airsoft. I just shot that show, and
I tried that.
The airsoft. Yeah. So it has the look of. I have a Glock airsoft. Looks just like a real one. You still get the same kickback, but it's just air. It's CO2.
Yeah. Why is that? Isn't that used industry wide? I don't understand.
You're dealing with people who do just dumb stuff. And budget.
The budget is a big. The Rookie has a huge budget, though.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Guns are more expensive than regular guns?
No.
So how does that
they've from day one they've always done that. That's just a preference.
They just don't want to change.
SWAT.
You can have so many fake guns that look
that many.
Right. But that's what scares me because I ordered mine on Amazon for $60.
Yeah, my friend did too. Yeah.
And they don't check ID, nothing.
Yeah.
But with SWAT, they use real ones, and being on set, you can hear but SWAT has like a pristine record. They have an armorer. They have like 3 or 4 props guys. Yeah. Every single person checks it. All the actors have done training. They know how to take apart a gun, so they can check for themselves if they want to. But the protocol should be the armorer and the props people are the only people who are in charge of weapons. The AD should not be touching it.
Right.
Nobody should touch this weapon except for that armorer or the designated props person.
Yeah.
They check the weapon, so I'll usually pull the slide back, stick a flashlight in there, empty the mag, hand it to the actor, and be like, here you go, check it for yourself, and I'll show them how to do it. But like SWAT, they'll have quarter loads, so you hear these
It's too many
gunshot.
people in one.
Exactly. That's what Russ' problem was. They had way too many people.
much.
They weren't taking the time to actually check. Their armor was inexperienced.
Yeah.
But if you have the right person, they will show you how to do it yourself. So
Right.
if you don't feel comfortable, you know what to do.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So that I don't think that happens a lot. It's very rare that it does. And when it does, it makes big news like this because it's like somebody got killed on a set.
Right.
Like if that's the latter, like we need to do everything we need to do.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like if that, I always go backwards. Like what's the worst that can happen? Someone could die.
Yep.
We need to do that.
Yeah, we need to reassess.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that's not.
There are
that's
some
not,
instances where they'll use real weapons because of how close they are to the weapon, like the camera is.
Right, right.
What they're doing with the weapon.
Right.
Like the Matrix, they would take shit apart.
Yeah.
You can't do that with an airsoft. So,
No.
Oh, okay.
period movies, they'll use
I was gonna say
revolvers,
period, yep.
stuff like that. Certain things you can't get away with an airsoft or a rubber. Whenever we're rehearsing, if I'm a tactical advisor, I only use rubber guns. So I'll have them all holstered on me, hand it to the actor, here's the rubber, bend it,
awesome.
and I'll yell out,
wow.
rubber gun on set, hand it to them, and then they
Right.
do the rehearsal or whatever.
Right.
Then when we get to actual take, you're supposed to yell hot gun on set, whether there's a blank in it, whether there's quarter, whatever's in it, it's a real gun.
Yeah.
So as long as everybody
bad.
knows what's going on.
Wow.
So
Trigger me.
What?
That made me
Yeah.
sad when the crow died. I was like,
Yeah.
shut the crow.
Me too.
That was sad.
He was a
too.
cutie patootie.
Yeah.
I didn't know about all that, but
Well,
I was like,
he was
was.
gorgeous.
good movie star.
He was.
Yummy, yummy.
Him daddy was too.
Is that the worst accident to happen on set? that you
What
know
for
of?
Brandon
The
Lee?
Brandon Lee situation?
I think Rust is worse.
Rust?
Yeah, the recent one because it was the same exact
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, with the,
Except they were using those guns the day before for target practice. That should have never. Those guns should have never left their armor case.
Yeah.
Those should have been
I
for
know you
set.
answered this question earlier.
What?
But why are they still using real guns? Like I don't even understand the
You
logic.
walked out for that whole.
Oh,
No, I heard
yeah.
it. But
Because the
Run it
short
back.
version is some movies, period pieces we were saying, The Matrix, where they take the guns apart.
Right.
Certain things you can't get away with a rubber gun or an airsoft gun.
Yeah.
right, but you have things people do costume design, right?
That would
So-
be props.
Right, so people do prop design, right? So why wouldn't they just have a whole department dedicated to making fake guns?
The same reason why the government does what they do. It's like,
Well, no, that's a Hollywood, but that's a Hollywood thing.
I feel like it all ran very similar.
It's
like,
why spend the money and
Right.
part of the budget in making a fake gun that's only going to get thrown away at the end?
So I don't shoot somebody.
Well,
that's
but
what
if
you're
you
saying.
use there are airsoft guns where you can treat them like a real gun and take the slide off and mag out. But for whatever reason, it's a preference. I mean, if you can afford an armor and a big enough props department, like on SWAT, to take care of that, then they'll do it.
That's craziness to me. I don't know. I don't play around with guns getting pointed at me.
I mean, but they'll go down to the detail. Like the director will be like on SWAT, I want to see Shamar's arms flexing when he's holding this rifle. Yeah. So they'll use a real one because of the weight, so you can see his tries coming out of his shirt.
There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
So somebody gotta die to see
on Shamar Lord.
They're trying to make up for that wig on Diary of a Black Woman.
He's had the worst hair collection on
So bad.
Listen, that was a good one.
He still has that wig.
He should.
That's the funniest.
What
I don't
not
know.
to
He still
really?
has it in the closet.
That thing was right in cornrows.
Right here.
And they were one with his eyebrows.
Together.
Poor thing.
Yeah.
So Uriel, what do you have to say
a
about
lot
that?
of Tyler Perry movies have bad wigs.
And they have a huge hair department.
Yes.
And they're really
And
good.
he pays them probably
does.
the best
Yes,
in the
he does.
industry.
Yeah.
So
Magic did my hair on
Talk
Sisters.
to him.
When I had to double Sherry Belafonte, it was, she has, I don't know if you've seen her, she has a bleached buzz cut with dreads on the top. And this is mine. You can't take this off. So he literally braided me down, put a afro wig on, faded it, and then attached dreads to the top. I'm like, okay, why wasn't Shamar's like this cool?
Right.
Because this was that was great.
It was a budget.
Probably, I was about to say it's probably with the budget.
And that was like in the early 2000s.
Yes, I was saying he wasn't
Back
quite.
then, I don't think they had a lot of black people doing black hair back then.
Yeah, they still don't.
He had just done The Brothers, so he had hair.
But he
to
should have
bring.
let that go.
Yeah.
He should have been like, nah, bro, this ain't gonna work.
You could have easily grown it out.
All right, so
easily.
we're gonna take a quick break, really quick.
Okay.
The man of the hour just walked in.
Oh man,
We
I
got
didn't do my two people.
we got some food
Oh,
coming
no,
in.
Simone's got to do
The boss is here.
Yeah.
The boss
Champ is here.
Yeah.
Do-do-do-do.
Speedy's here,
Got
y'all.
a
Speedy,
BSB
Booba
hat.
head.
Got a BSB hat.
Yeah.
Right now.
Shout out to BSB.
Ladies.
Ladies' night.
All right, so when we come back, we're gonna finish up with Symone.
Yeah.
Because Symone got a Bible story, y'all.
Yeah.
I have two. I just have two.
We give
I have
Symone
two,
her
too.
own section.
Yeah.
Eight,
I
got
got
quick.
two,
8
too.
in and out.
Yeah,
you know.
I gotta cut out though. I gotta go.
No, you gotta sing us out. You
All right,
gotta
sing
sing
us
us
out.
out.
Sing
Sing
us
us a
out.
break.
Sing us to
Sing us
break.
a break.
Give me something like upbeaty.
Yeah.
Beatty, hold on. Now.
Beanie.
Include it.
This was really fun.
Yes.
Seriously, like,
We need to have our own show.
Go
I'm
ahead.
excited.
Yeah.
Speedy's Girls.
That's another good idea.
I don't think she likes this one.
I think she's falling asleep.
I didn't even hear it. I was talking to myself.
That's okay.
Let's see. What song?
Wake me up.
She's falling asleep. Give her a song to sing.
That's hilarious.
Hold on. That's my
So that came from my son used to do that. I'm like, Isaiah, you listen, he'll go. Yeah, he was 5 or 6. I'm like,
This is true. A sharp little child. What about you? I'm talking about you. At 5 or 6 years old.
okay,
Maybe.
yes.
Kind of.
Let the singer talk. Damn, man. I got that. Ashley, you want to say something?
Nope.
That was a joke.
Oh, I had a good time on the show with the ladies, Symone and Ashlie, Ada and Uriel, and don't forget about me. We talking about this, talking about that, yeah. I gotta go to the next spot, oh yeah. Hope your week is blessed. I hope your day is rest. Oh, I go by the name of Maya Siobhan. You can follow me at Maya Siobhan. And my IG ain't Maya Shavani, but it's Songbird. I'll spell it for you. SONGHBYRD. SONGHBYRD. And I'm out, y'all. I had a good time with y'all. I need some B2B, yeah. While I'm out, yeah.